Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy and today we are in day 5 of Inktober prompts. The prompt was map and I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I decided to do a section of a map, like land masses from an aerial view. For a very high up aerial view of the A world. This is just made up in my mind, so of a world, a planet, and try to get that land ocean effect. Sorry, I was taking a drink of water. Still getting over my cold, so my throat's a little raspy. Not too terrible, it's not as bad as it was before, but I lose it pretty quickly. The cough is almost completely gone, which is fantastic. Right here I am dropping in. I used a bunch of different colors for this. I used the sap green and the milkweed and the boreal for the land masses. And I just played with layering them. Trying to do dark areas and light areas because land masses from on high are not all one color, right? And they can appear to be, but if you really look hard, there's a bunch of stuff going on, and I wanted it to look interesting too. So I'm dropping it in light colors near the water, and then darker as we get more inland. Maybe it's a bunch of forest continents, lots of trees and vegetation. Makes sense with all that water, right? Maybe they're islands. Maybe it's a little island nation. Who knows? And I'm mixing up a bunch of different blues to get that effect that I want. I was mixing Great Ocean with Prussian and Sky Blue and Glacier Blue. Those are all the blues that I put in here. I wanted a touch of iridescence, but not a lot, which is why I put in the Glacier Blue. And then you're seeing a lot of the Great Ocean right now because I put that all in and then it wasn't really dark enough. So the Great Ocean is actually a perfect name for this this color. And I tried to make it look a little darker where the water would be deep, and then as it's coming into the land masses, it would be lighter, was the thought pattern. And then a little more interest on those land masses. I'm going in with that mossier green and dropping that in and trying to get a little bit of interest going on in the piece. And overall, I'm really liking how it's turning out. I'm pretty happy with it. But I wanted a softer, more like glowing feel around the land masses where the water and the land touch. I figured from the top to the bottom, maybe there was a little bit more golden brown vegetation and maybe some not so much greenery going on. So I put a little bit of brown up there just for a little added interest. And then we're heat tooling because I need to decide if I'm going to put in another layer of watercolor. And I end up deciding to try pen. I don't like that immediately. And I try to go in while it's still wet and soften it and add more green and blend that out because I really didn't like how that looked. Kind of hide that a little bit. Touching in a little bit more green here and there. Now that it's dry, we can darken up some areas. And then I decide we're doing it, colored pencil. And I go in and layer in some blue over the blue, like a light blue. This is a very light blue. especially in the areas where I didn't get the paint in exactly as deep, even as I wanted it to be. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it is a moving body of water. And then I'm using the white to kind of diffuse and mute out the blue a little bit from the edge of the landmass out into the deeper water. And I think it did good. Like it gave me the effect I was looking for. I was pretty happy with that. And if you're doing like just watercolor pieces and you're not sure if you want to incorporate other mediums, do small pieces like this and play and see if you like colored pencil over your watercolors. If it offers an effect you like that you can't quite get with watercolors. Textures. I do love the texture of a colored pencil. This paper isn't particularly rough. It has a bit of texture, but not a lot. I feel like a colored pencil piece would be really beautiful on this paper. Again, it's the Stonehenge 300-pound cold press watercolor paper. It's a little soft for colored pencil when you're pressing down. It's a thick paper, so it does have a little bit of give. So you don't want to press too hard on this kind of paper with your colored pencil because it will dig in and put little holes in your paper. You don't want that. I'm purposely leaving that upper right-hand corner light because that is where we're going to put our little map, northwest, north, south, east, west symbol. Oh, and I decided to go in with ink to do that, a green ink pen, so that it looks like part of the map instead of going on top with just black. I wasn't really digging the thought of using a black pen to get this sky in here. And it just takes a hot little second to do this bit, and then we take off the tape, do a little close-up action. I did have to heat the tape on this one because it didn't want to come off nicely. And there we go. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.